Hey, this is Ralph, and in this video I just wanted to address one of your classmates' questions about AI use and a citation. So he sent me an email yesterday, and it's got several good questions on there which I want to address with you. In doing so, I want to bring up my page. So I am going to open up VS Code, and I think I'm already in where I want to be. Let me just close some current pages. I'm going to go into my 195 folder, and I'm going to go right into my little bio page. Ralph, there we go. And let me hit go live so you can see what I'm looking at. There we go. So I made this page the other day, and I put some content on here which I relied on AI, a generator. I think I used ChatGPT for that one. And I also have an AI generated photo of me, but I gave it my photo and said, give me a photorealistic version of this one. So although I used AI for this particular photo, I'm not as worried about giving a citation to this one. If the photo was definitely something I was using and representing as my, my own artwork or something like that, I would be more inclined to do it. But at the very least, the text here. Now, of course, this truly is text about me. So when I prompted AI, I said, "Hey, I'm creating an about me page." I was wondering if I could just go to ChatGPT and show you what I did. Nah, I won't. I said I'm creating an about me page for my website for class, and I want to have a little bio in 3 paragraphs. And I gave it a series of bullet points of facts and information about me, and it composed the information I provided, into the paragraphs. In the first iteration, it was a little bit longer. So I said, hey, this is great, but shorten it, and I only want 3 lines per paragraph. And it reduced it for me, and it gave me 3 lines per paragraph. And so I was pretty happy with that. And then here's what I did. I actually asked ChatGPT, how do I cite it? I said, I want to cite my use of an AI generator in order to demonstrate it in class. What should my citation be? And it gave me 2 examples. Great. And one of them is down here. Now, it's a little bit tough for you to see that the way I've got my page shaped, so I'll just resize a little bit here. So it's down here at the bottom. And it gave me 2 versions, and I said, great, I like the second version, but I also want my citation to include a little bit of my prompt. Now, my prompt was really long because I had a bullet list of information. But in the citation, I thought it would be helpful for you or the visitor to see, what did I ask the AI chatbot to do, And so it said, great. And it gave me a new citation, which I could put on my webpage. It just gave me the text, and I did a little copy and paste. Now, so my citation, I know it's tiny text because I styled it to be small. Some text on this page was created using ChatGPT by OpenAI and then edited by me for clarity and style. True. Prompt example. And this is the start of my prompt. Can you give me some copy? Copy is what we call text for magazines or websites. Can you give me some copy for a personal bio that I'm going to display on an About Me page for my website? And then I continued on with a bullet list of information about, I'm from Tampa, I did this, whatever. And so that's basically my citation. Now, the one up here that I have, that's done with HTML. So let me show you that. Let me head back over to VS Code. Ooh, while I'm here, I'm going to change the width of my bio and a max width of 80 characters. I was looking at this page on my tablet last night, and I realized it wasn't really sized well for a small device like a tablet and portrait. And this will fix it. And I think, what the hell is he doing up there? Don't worry, I'm going to tell you all about this later on. This will definitely come up a little bit more, so don't worry about that. But let me go down to the HTML, and you can see there's my paragraphs. I put it in a little section with some paragraph tags, nothing fancy there. And here it is. I used SUP, that's for superscript. So I did superscript text for the number 1. And then down in my footer, there it is. I did the superscript tags again for that number 1. And then I just copied and pasted. I just pasted the citation that I got from ChatGPT in this example. So when you do a citation for AI use, it doesn't have to be exactly like mine, but there's a couple things I would like you to make clear to your reader, to your visitors. Make it clear when and where you used AI for content generation. Mostly text generation, that's where we're typically going to be using it. But occasionally you might use it to assist you with HTML and CSS. Now, if you use it with HTML and CSS, there's not really a place on screen where we can put a little superscript number. However, you can still describe your use in the footer of your web page. And like I said, I don't feel like I need to give a citation to my AI-generated image of me because it's basically a derivative of the photo that I provided. However, if I was, let's say, creating more artwork on my web page and the artwork was significant content for the page, then I would probably want to make it clear in some obvious way. Now, back to your classmates' questions. Let's see. Let me find it. He's got an email here with a few statements. Let's see. Show this. Okay. For both classes, I do want you to see an example of an AI citation. Oh, wait, that's my email. Crap. Hold on. Where's... Oh, here it is up here. I didn't use AI for the text, but he did. Okay. He didn't use AI for the text content, but he did for the image on his hobbies page. That's coming up. He's working a little bit ahead. Is the citation process different for that? No, the citation process isn't really going to be different for an image. He just put it in the description of the image. He says head here, but I'm not sure if he meant the head tag or somewhere else. I haven't actually looked at his page to see. But I can always go back and add it to a footer. So I think I would like it in the footer. Basically, you want to make the, I take that back. You want to make the citation obvious to the visitor. If I was doing a citation for a photo, it would be okay to put it by the photo. And there's actually a mechanism for this called fig caption. I think I'm going to demonstrate that, though, later on. We have another topic coming up where we're going to do more stuff with images. So it could be right next to the photo, because that's his example here. But for me, I thought, okay, I'll do the reference number and put it down in the footer. Either way, it should be clearly easy to tell from a visitor, oh, what part is AI and stuff like that, okay? How did you enter the citation format? Not sure how to do that in HTML. True, that's right, because you don't know that yet. So let me just remind you here. Pretty much normal paragraphs. However, the thing that I did that's a little bit weird is I used superscript tag to make that little baby number 1 pop up there. Now, I also styled it too. So if you look up here, I've got styling for the footer area of my page. I've got styling for the citation, which, by the way, I have class equals citation on that paragraph. And I got a smaller font size. I made it italics to the line height. And then check this out. The superscript tag within my .citation or the superscript tag within my .bio. There's a comma in there. This is going to make a little bit more sense once we get into Module 3. So don't worry if it seems way confusing right now. And I did a little bit of padding, and I did a little bit of bright color, and I give it some bold and font style normal. Font style normal takes away the italics. Since my superscript text was inside of my citation and I did font style italics, that made my whole citation italicized, but I didn't want the little number to be italics. So font style normal basically cancels out the italicized text from the citation. There we go, a little comment action for that. Font weight bold is pretty self-explanatory. Padding right's going to be a little bit easier for you to understand after we get into modules 2 and 3. Yeah, there we go. And so that's what I did. So now when you go to my page or anybody's page where they used AI generation for strong assistance in their content, yes, make it clear to the person, and then we can learn from that. We can say, oh boy, I like what Ralph says here, but it looks like he used AI. Great, he used ChatGPT. there's a bunch of different AI chatbots out there, right? So in your citation, reference which one you use so that we know which one. And maybe we're going to start to see that there's really good results from one versus another, that kind of thing. And yeah, that's really all I wanted to show you there. So yeah, my page is looking a little bit fancy here. Let me head back on over to the root. And yeah, so my page looks a little fancy, but it's building up. And so far, I think what you folks have, if I back out again, you've got a page more like this. I was just looking at a lot of those participation pages, and as they should, they look very, very similar to mine, right? Because you were going through my model. That's perfectly fine. And then when you get into the assignment 1 coming up, then you're going to create a page just for your Web Dev 1 work. And it's not going to look like mine. Don't worry about that. It's going to look different, but it's going to be your own. And that's the important thing. So that's really all I wanted to address with you in this one. And that was the use of AI for some text generation and how one of the ways you might go about citing that use. Take care.